The CBC is asking for $400 million in new federal funding in order to go ad-free. This comes on the heels of a major policy announcement on the CBC by Conservative leadership frontrunner Maxime Bernier. I went to Ottawa to talk to Maxime about his leadership run and his plans to put me out of work. I'm here with the man himself, leadership candidate Maxime Bernier. Maxime, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for the opportunity. I'm very pleased to be with you today.
Some people are calling you Mad Max, and by some people I mean you, because you put out this kind of image, this ad, you're calling yourself Mad Max. What were you hoping there? Are you trying to tell Canadian voters that if elected, if you become Prime Minister, you'll turn the country into a post-apocalyptic wasteland where people have to fight to the death for gasoline and water? And if so, are you just trying to steal away from Kelly Leitch's base?
What I'm saying, I'm mad. I'm mad about the spending at the actual Liberal federal government.
If you want to go with pun-based names, not Mad Max, I think you should go with Feel the Bernier. More of a Bernie Sanders approach. Now, let's talk about the CBC. Your big announcement today is about changing the CBC.
Do we need a public broadcaster that does game shows and cooking shows? Public broadcaster involved in sports? And do we need a public broadcaster that runs bad Canadian copies of American popular shows? The answer to all these questions is a clear no.
Now, you said maybe you would go to like a PBS style of a thing with telethons and stuff like that and asking for donors. How would that work?
But you know,
I'm sorry I had to cut you off there. And we'd like to get back to more great programming like this interview with Maxime Bernier, but we're going to need some donations from donors like you. For a $50 gift, you'll get a 22 minutes tote bag, and for a gift of $100, a Mad Max poster. So let's get back and hear what Maxime Bernier has to say about the CBC right here on your public broadcaster. You also said that we, on the CBC, there's a lot of like bad imitations of like American sitcoms and things like that. Like what? What shows in particular?
Yeah, what shows in particular? That's a good. That's not your show, though.
No, not our show, but what shows in particular?
When they have.
No idea. So even when you want to cut something, you can't stand watching the CBC, which is understandable. You're in a big race now. Maybe the race of your life. Right?
Yeah, the race of my life, you're right.
But you've also recently did another race. You ran 106 kilometers across your riding in 13 hours for charity, right?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
You know, it was very tough, but I did that to raise money for the charity. But also, I must admit, I did that for myself. At 50 years old, I wanted to be an ultra-marathoner, to be in shape.
Listening to you speak, you know, I'm 42, I'm kind of in bad shape. Maybe it's time for me to change my life. I'll tell you what, how about I have the race of my life? I will race you for the CBC. From here to the Centennial Flame. If I win, CBC stays the way it is. If you win, we go in, we take out all the cooking shows, we rip the place down to the foundation. What do you say?
Good.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
On your mark. Get set. Go.
Oh, Maxime, you won. Congratulations. No more CBC. It's okay, though. You said you don't want sports on CBC, so we'll probably won't air this, and you probably won't be Prime Minister anyway, right?
Oh.
Don't worry about it. Sorry, David Suzuki. Thanks again. Good luck. Did you enjoy that? So did I. Here's some more, and don't forget to subscribe to CBC Comedy below so we can do this again soon.